Welcome, everybody, to our deep dive into modern astrology.
It's fascinating how astrology is not just surviving, but flourishing in our digital world.
Yeah, it kind of flips the script on what we typically think of when we think of astrology.
Yeah. You imagine like ancient scrolls, not social media feeds.
Exactly, but today we're going to see how they actually go hand in hand.
We're going to really dig into how the internet has transformed how we both practice and consume astrology, focusing on all the positive aspects this digital shift.
To guide our deep dive today, we've got some really interesting sources, like research papers on the history of astrology, interviews with contemporary astrologers who are embracing the digital world, and a bunch of pop culture examples that show just how woven into our lives astrology has become.
And it's pretty clear that astrology's popularity has skyrocketed, especially among younger generations.
The numbers are pretty mind-blowing.
For instance, the hashtag astrology on Instagram, it jumped from 3 million occurrences in January 2019 to almost 6 million just a year and a half later in July 2020.
That's huge. Yeah. And what's even more interesting is that it's gone way beyond just your simple daily horoscope.
Oh, absolutely. Digital platforms are giving us access to so much more in-depth info.
Like personalized birth charts, detailed interpretations, all of it available through apps and websites.
Exactly. And a crucial part of this digital astrology is this shift from predicting the future to describing the self.
So it's less about what's going to happen to me and more about who am I at my core.
Right. It's less about fortune telling and more about self-discovery and understanding your unique personality traits.
It seems like it really tapped into how younger generations are trying to figure out their identity and their place in the world.
There's this huge emphasis on self-awareness and introspection these days, and this approach to astrology really fits right in.
Yeah, it gives people the power to understand their strengths, their weaknesses, and use that knowledge for personal growth.
It's kind of like therapy or mindfulness, where you're focusing on self-discovery and figuring out how your mind works.
Astrology seems to be joining those practices as a tool for self-development.
It is a fascinating parallel, and there's a quote from Mahiva Stefan Bugni's book, Astrology for Revealing Your Potential, that I think sums it up perfectly.
Oh, I'm interested. What is it?
She describes astrology as a reflexive tool for understanding one's potential and working through personal challenges.
I like that. It's not about surrendering to fate. It's about using those insights to navigate the ups and downs, make informed choices, and really reach your full potential.
And you can see this idea playing out in how astrology apps are designed these days.
Like with CoStar, it's not just a static reading.
No, they offer daily guidance, personalized insights, all framed within your unique astrological blueprint.
It's almost like having a personal self-help guru, but on your phone.
Exactly, it's fascinating.
And CoStar is a great example of how technology is being integrated with this ancient practice. Did you know they even use AI to personalize those readings and insights?
It's incredible, isn't it? AI allows platforms like CoStar to go way deeper than just surface-level interpretations, providing more nuanced insights based on your birth chart and your current life.
It's wild. It's like having a 247 personal astrologer giving you wisdom tailored just for you.
It really is.
And this brings us to another interesting aspect of digital astrology community.
Digital platforms have become these vibrant spaces where astrology enthusiasts can connect with others, share their experiences, and sometimes even challenge those traditional interpretations.
It's fostering a sense of belonging, especially for those who might feel a little misunderstood or different.
And on Instagram, you see all these accounts dedicated to specific zodiac signs.
Like at Aries Perfect or at Virgo's Queen, where people swap stories, memes, and advice.
Ah, yes, the astroms, they use humor to create the shared language and culture.
They're lighthearted, but they also let people express their astrological personality.
It's a fun way to connect.
It's not all just lighthearted fun, though, right? These online communities are having more in-depth conversations, too.
Oh, for sure. They're exploring how astrology intersects with big topics like gender identity, sexuality, and even personal values.
It's a platform for dialogue and even activism.
Empowering people to engage in these complex topics in ways they might not be able to offline.
Out of everything we've talked about so far, what do you think is the most impactful aspect of this digital transformation of astrology?
For me, it's how it's democratizing access to knowledge and empowering individuals.
In what way?
Well, in the past, astrological knowledge was often held by just a select few.
It was kind of like a secret club.
Exactly. But now, anyone with internet access can dive into their birth chart, explore different concepts, and connect with a whole community.
It's like taking ownership of your astrological journey on your own terms.
It really is. It's exciting to see this ancient practice being reimagined for the digital age.
Yeah, it's not about blindly accepting old dogma anymore.
It's about using astrology as a lens for self-discovery and growth in today's world.
Exactly. And that brings us perfectly to our next topic, how digital astrology is reshaping our understanding of spirituality and self-improvement in this digital world.
We're going to get into the heart of what's driving this resurgence of interest in astrology.
I'm ready to get philosophical.
It's going to get deep, but don't worry, we'll keep it fun too.
That's the key, right? Stay with us as we continue our deep dive into astrology in the digital age.
So we've seen how big astrology is getting online, but what's really fueling this whole resurgence?
Yeah, why are so many people, especially younger folks, turning to the stars for guidance?
It seems like there's this growing hunger for spirituality.
But not necessarily in the traditional organized religion kind of way.
There's a shift happening, moving away from those traditional institutions and towards something more personalized.
Like people want that connection to something bigger than themselves.
But they're just not finding it in those old places anymore.
So where are they finding it?
Well, that's where astrology steps in.
Makes sense. It offers a framework for understanding our place in the cosmos.
It connects us to this huge, interconnected universe.
It brings back that sense of wonder that we're part of something truly massive.
And honestly, that can be really comforting, especially when the world feels chaotic.
Yeah, with all the political divides, climate change, economic uncertainty.
It's no surprise people are looking to the stars for some solace.
So it's like finding stability in a world that feels unpredictable.
Absolutely. But it's not about escaping reality either.
It's about using those insights to grow and understand ourselves better.
Exactly. And remember that shift from predictive to descriptive astrology we talked about.
Right, less fortune telling, more self-reflection.
It's about taking charge of your life, using astrology as a guide.
Which really resonates with younger generations. They're already all about self-improvement.
Astrology fits in perfectly with that whole trend of self-optimization.
It's like this cosmic roadmap for personal development.
Helping you navigate all of life's little twists and turns.
And then you add in the community aspect we touched on earlier.
All those online groups and estroms.
It's amazing how these digital platforms are building spaces where people can connect and share.
Especially for folks who feel like they don't quite fit in.
Astrology can provide that sense of belonging and validation.
It's like finding your people, but based on your cosmic connection.
So we've got spirituality, self-improvement, and community.
All coming together online.
It's a powerful combination. No wonder astrology is making such a comeback.
And it gets even more interesting when you factor in technology.
Not just websites and social media, but AI.
Right. AI is playing a bigger and bigger role in how we experience astrology.
Like CoStar, it's using AI to give us a level of personalization that just wasn't possible before.
And it goes beyond just personalized readings. AI can analyze tons of astrological data.
Which could lead to discoveries we haven't even thought of yet.
It's like AI is helping us unlock those deeper secrets of the cosmos.
And that's just the start. As technology keeps advancing, who knows what's next?
It's a really exciting time to be into astrology.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What do you envision for the future of digital astrology? What are you most excited about?
I think we're going to see even more personalization with AI really tailoring those insights to our needs and goals.
So even more specific than what we have now.
Exactly. Imagine getting guidance that's totally unique to your astrological blueprint.
It'd be like having your own personal astrologer on speed dial.
Exactly. And I think the community aspect will grow too, with platforms creating more engaging spaces for connection.
It sounds pretty optimistic. More personalized insights and stronger online communities.
It has the potential to be a really positive development.
But like with any powerful tech, we need to be mindful.
Right. AI can be great, but we have to make sure it's not reinforcing harmful stereotypes or biases.
We need to be careful about that.
AI and astrology should empower people, promote understanding, not division.
That's a good point. So it's something to think about as we move forward.
Absolutely. As we keep exploring this digital astrology world, we need to keep those ethical considerations front and center.
Make sure technology serves humanity and not the other way around.
I agree. So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive, I want to leave our listeners with something to think about.
Ooh, I like a good brain teaser. What is it?
We've talked about how digital astrology is changing how we practice and learn about astrology.
Right, how we engage with it.
But the question is it changing astrology itself?
Oh, that's deep.
Is the digital realm altering this ancient practice at its core?
Or is it just a new way to access that old wisdom?
It's a tough question.
Yeah, is it evolution or revolution?
It's something for all of us to ponder as we continue on our astrological journeys.
And that's what makes this exploration so fascinating, right? We're not just watching this happen, we're part of it.
Shaping the future of astrology as we go.
What a time to be alive, right?
Especially if you're interested in this intersection of technology and ancient wisdom.
Absolutely. Who knows? Maybe we'll look back and see this as the start of a whole new astrological age.
One that's both ancient and cutting edge.
I love that. A new age powered by technology and fueled by our desire for connection and meaning.
What a time to be looking at the stars.
We've explored the spiritual side of digital astrology and how it's become this amazing tool for self-discovery and personal growth.
It's fascinating stuff.
But there's another layer we haven't touched on yet, the intersection of astrology and technology, especially AI.
Oh, yeah, that's a really interesting area.
We tend to think of AI for more practical things.
Right, like self-driving cars, not horoscopes.
Exactly. But AI's potential within astrology is really captivating.
It lets us dig deeper, uncovering insights we might have missed otherwise.
And I'm really interested in how AI is being used to make the astrological experience more personal.
Oh, yeah, personalization is huge.
Like CoStar, using AI to create these super detailed readings.
It's amazing how AI can take all that data, your birth chart, the planets, and turn it into personalized guidance.
It's like having a personal astrologer who knows you better than you know yourself.
Almost.
But seriously, it makes astrology so much more accessible, more relevant to our everyday lives.
Instead of those generic horoscopes, you get insights tailored to your specific situation.
Exactly, which can be really empowering.
It helps you connect with astrology on a deeper level, using it to make decisions and navigate life's challenges.
But isn't there a risk that AI makes it too impersonal?
That's a good point. Some people worry it takes away the human touch.
That intuition a real astrologer has.
Right, but AI is a tool, not a replacement for human expertise.
So it's not about AI taking over.
No, it's about enhancing the experience, giving us more info, but ultimately it's still up to us to interpret those insights.
It's a reminder that technology should complement human understanding, not replace it.
Absolutely. And speaking of technology, have you heard of Astro?
I have. It's that digital coach, right?
Yeah, it's a great example of how AI is creating a more interactive and personalized experience.
I think it's on the Astrovibe website.
That's right. It acts as a digital guide, offering daily insights and advice
And even personalized rituals.
based on your astrological profile.
It's like having a personal astrology coach right in your pocket.
It's pushing the boundaries of what's possible in astrology.
And with AI evolving so fast, who knows what's next?
It's an exciting time to be exploring astrology.
There's so much happening, so much potential.
It's this dynamic field, blending ancient wisdom with modern tech.
And it's all driven by this human need to understand ourselves, our place in the world.
Exactly. It's a beautiful thing.
As we wrap up our deep dive, I'm left feeling a sense of awe.
It's incredible how astrology is being reimagined for today's world.
It's connecting us to the cosmos in ways we never thought possible.
And to all our listeners out there, keep exploring, keep asking questions, and stay open to the infinite possibilities of astrology in this digital age.
The stars are waiting to guide you. Until next time.